What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Velo, but before we get started, if you're not a member of the free Discord, please click the link in the description box below and get started with the free Discord. And without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. All right, so Velo on the 5-day candlesticks, the very first thing that we're going to look at here is how much volume this coin has. As you can see, there's significant volume on Velo, way more than there ever was back in 2021 and 2020 when this thing first got added to the exchange on KuCoin. You can see we did pump pretty hard here at the start, then we pulled back very significantly over the past few years here on Velo, and we did an ABC correction along the way down. Now that we're nearing the bottom of wave C, if not at the very bottom of wave C, we've started to increase significantly in trading volume, which is very common to see that at the bottom of wave C, to see an increase in trading volume. So now what we're watching for here on Velo is a breakout. We're watching for bullish breakout on the smaller time frames. So here on the 5-day, we have this huge retracement in the ABC correction, but down here on the daily time frame, we're looking for more upside. We're looking for breakout of local resistance. We have two resistance levels to pay attention to here. One resistance level right here and one resistance level up here. So what we're looking for here with Velo is for us to turn around over the next month or two and start to head up towards these resistance levels and break through them for more upside continuation. In the bigger picture, we need to break above these two resistance levels. So watch these resistance levels really closely here with Velo. I do expect us to break above them. It's going to take a little bit of time to do that. We did have a pullback here in the short term, but I suspect these lower support levels to hold very strongly here with Velo. So keep your eye on these support levels. Watch for Velo to turn around at these major support levels and start to head up towards these resistance levels and eventually break through them. So that's kind of what I'm watching here on the daily and on the 5-day candlesticks here with Velo. The other thing that I want to point out is just how similar this structure is to other coins that we've seen get added to exchanges, new coins that have not had big picture cycles yet. For example, Telcoin is a great example of what we're looking at here with Velo. So what happens is a lot of times these coins get added to exchanges and they just dump right when they get added, or they pump a little bit and then they dump. Here we have Telcoin over here on the right, and you can see that it got added to the exchange and it dumped right off the bat and then went sideways. And once it bottomed, it started its first cycle, and its first cycle was absolutely insane. Right? It completely blew away every investor as it broke above, significantly above that price point that it was at when it got added to the exchange. So what do I mean by this? Well, it kind of creates a big cup kind of shape, like a big rounded sort of cup down at the bottom in preparation for that big cycle that comes afterwards. And that's exactly what we see here with Velo. We see the same psychology taking place as what happened on Telcoin previously, where it got added to the exchange, it pulls back really hard, goes sideways, and now what we're watching for is for the right side of that cup shape to actually form and for us to break out above resistance and really start to take off here on Velo in the bigger picture. So yeah, pay attention on the smaller time frame for major support levels to hold, and pay attention in the bigger time frame for us to see a big reversal here and round out a lot like how Telcoin did before Telcoin did its first cycle, which, as you can see, the Telcoin cycle was massive. It completely blew people away as it broke out into new all-time highs and really shocked a lot of investors, and a bunch of people made a bunch of money on Telcoin throughout that period where it broke out of local resistance and really started its first cycle. So that's what we're watching here with Velo, is for us to break out and start its first cycle just exactly like how Telcoin did over here on the right. So that's what I'm watching here with Velo. I definitely think we will have a big breakout in the big picture. We have the volume for it. We have the ABC correction for it. Everything that we're really looking for in these charts took place here with Velo. And I think we're going to see a big breakout in the big picture as a result of these technical setups that we're seeing in the charts. So I really like this setup a lot here with Velo. And I think we're going to make a lot of money if you're willing to buy the dip and hold on while it's undervalued here. So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, because I've been wanting to talk a little bit about Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin here in the big picture is looking really, really good. And I want to talk about why, because I know a lot of people are bearish on Bitcoin. And this whole correction that happened on Bitcoin, it really ended up following that gold fractal perfectly. So if you guys haven't been watching my previous videos, maybe this is your first video that you've ever seen me make, but we were looking at gold and we were looking at Bitcoin and the similarities between these two charts and how the same psychology was taking place on both of them. And Bitcoin did exactly what gold did. So over here on the right, we have gold, and over here on the left, we have Bitcoin. As you can see, we have this huge rounded bottom pattern on Bitcoin. Then we break above the all-time high, and we do an ABC correction. We do a perfect ABC correction right after we break the all-time high on Bitcoin. Now, if you look over here on the right, gold did the exact same thing. Gold did this huge rounded bottom here, and when it broke its all-time high, it did an ABC correction back down to this major support level, just exactly like what happened on Bitcoin. So don't be at all surprised to see Bitcoin see a big picture reversal here and continue to follow gold, continue to follow the same market structure, and really break out in the big picture and see a lot more upside. So Bitcoin being bullish is something we look for when we're going to buy coins like Velo, when we're going to buy coins that aren't Bitcoin. We want to see bullishness in Bitcoin because that shows that the crypto market cap as a whole is going to take off, that it's going to keep going up when Bitcoin goes up. So keep your eyes on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is kind of like the mothership. As money comes into Bitcoin, money goes into your other altcoins as well. So I really like this setup here on Bitcoin. I do expect a lot more upside here in the big picture. And like I said, it's a perfect setup. It's a perfect example of human psychology, of repeating cycles, and really it just goes to show how powerful these fractals really are. Bitcoin followed this same fractal as gold because human emotion never changes. We have the same emotional reactions over and over again. And when you can learn to work with that, you can position yourself and buy the dip and be greedy when other people are fearful. And you can do it confidently because you know what's going on. You see the psychology from a mile away. So yeah, super bullish on Bitcoin, super bullish on Velo, and super bullish on crypto as a whole. So keep your positions, keep your faith, and I think you guys are going to make a lot of money. Don't be afraid to buy the dip on Bitcoin and on coins like Velo and on altcoins, whatever your favorite altcoins are. Don't be afraid to buy the dip on them. So yeah, that's my view on Velo and on Bitcoin, and really kind of my view on crypto as a whole. I'm bullish on the whole space right now, and it's followed this fractal perfectly. So I don't see any reason to sell. I see a lot of reasons to buy in preparation for more upside. So yeah, I think the correction on Bitcoin is over. That whole correction that I was calling for, I think it's over. We came all the way back down to 53. I think it could be over down here. It looks exactly like gold. It followed the fractal perfectly. I think it's over. I think that we're going to see a lot of upside from this point. So that's my views. There could always be one more lower low, slightly lower low, but who cares? You know, you buy the dip. I started buying a little bit early, and I bought more yesterday, I think, or the day before. I think it was yesterday. I bought more, and yeah, I'm just going to buy the dip. I don't care if I bought a little early. I bought more yesterday in the dip, and I'm totally willing to keep buying and keep holding and be ready for more upside on Bitcoin. So that's my views. Hopefully it's helpful for you guys, and that's kind of what I'm seeing in the charts. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. As always, stay profitable out there.